can slow and crooked, neon through the panes. This shop is full of stories, and the night still holds our names. I stir the cup and listen to the tiny city hum. You're a thought behind my eyelids, a song I haven't sung. Midnight espresso, bittersweet and slow. I count the lights that blink and watch the shadows grow. In the hush I find the heartbeat I have hid away. Midnight espresso, keep the night until the day. Barista hums an echo of a song I used to know. We trade the hours for moments, let the small confessions show. I fold the night around me like a blanket, soft and thin, and let the world keep turning while I find the room within. If silence is a shelter, then I'll sleep beneath the sound of cups that clink like metronomes, of whispers all around. There's calm inside the heartache, there's room to breathe and rest. Midnight keeps a quiet seat for anyone who's stressed. Midnight espresso, pour the last of the night. I watch the steam dissolve into the waking light. Steam curls up like whispers on your lips. Sun threads through the window where you sit. You stir the cup and count the quiet beats. My heart keeps time with gentle, steady heat. Small talk floats on sugar and slow sighs. There's truth between the rails of lullabies. Morning light and espresso hold me close. Soft words drifting where the daylight goes. Every little pause is where I find you. Tiny ordinary things that feel like proof. You fold a napkin, trace a line of thought. We trade the kind of silence that's not lost. The city hums, but we are tucked away, learning all the things we never say. Morning light and espresso hold me close. Soft words drifting where the daylight goes. Every little pause is where I find you. Tiny ordinary things that feel like proof. If storms come rolling, we'll brew through the night. an espresso, stay a while. Wrap the world in quiet, teach it how to smile. Every little pause is where I rest my hand on the small and sacred things we understand. Steam curls like a secret in the air. You hum the same old song I know. Sun pours gold across your chipped mug. Slow mornings make the small things grow. We don't rush the quiet or the cream. There's a comfort in the in-between. Hold my coffee, hold my hand. We'll build our day with trembling plans. Little moments stitch the start of mornings that belong to our hearts. Window fogged without a focus, dreams. Your laugh, a bell that wakes the street. We trade the news for whispered schemes and taste the sweetness in repeat. Hold my coffee, hold my hand. We'll build our day with trembling plans. Little moments stitch the start of mornings that belong to our hearts. If the world should spin too fast outside, we'll hide right here where time can slide. One slow sip, one softer breath, the rest can wait while morning rests. Hold my coffee, hold my hand. Let the city bloom on our command. Little rituals keep us near. Wakeful love in every ear. Checked your watch, I smiled too wide. We traded jokes over latte foam. A little hush when our hands collide, like we both found a softer home. The barista writes our names in song, and somewhere small we both belong. Your laughing cappuccino foam feels like I've been coming home. Start a chapter page by page, coffee stains on every stage. You order something bold and new. I sip my warmth and steal a glance. The room shrinks down to me and you, and tiny sparks begin to dance. We draw our plans in sugar rings, as simple as a couple of things. You're laughing, cappuccino foam. Feels like I've been coming home. Start a chapter page by page. Coffee stains on every stage. If this is early, let us stay. Turn every moment into day. We'll write a map in teaspoons small and find a life in one short call. You're laughing, cappuccino foam. Feels like I've been coming home. Slow and steady, hands entwined. The morning's ours, the world's aligned. You're laughing, cappuccino foam. Feels like I've been coming home. Start a chapter page by page. Coffee stains on every stage. Slide down the counter line. Chairs tucked in like sleeping bones. We clear out names from paper signs and lock the door on the small alone. One last cup, one simple sip. Let me memorize your lip. We'll fold the day into the seam of every half-forgotten dream. You leave a note beneath the tray, a crooked heart, a borrowed pen. The city breathes, we drift away along the streets we knew back then. One last cup, one simple sip. Let me memorize your lip. We'll fold the day into the seam of every half-forgotten dream. I'm learning how to let things go like steam that hovers, then it flows. The warmth remains though hands depart, a quiet map inside my heart. One last cup, one simple sip. Keep the hush where we once fit. Close the book but keep the theme of whispered love and coffee steam. You said the moon was brighter on your street. I told you mine was hiding in the heat. We traded small complaints and better jokes. You sketched my face like morning's favorite note. Ooh, 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 ooh. All our latte conversations, steam and small revelations. You pour the words like milk, slow and sweet, and I take every sip of what you keep. You say you love old songs and crooked naps. I tell you of the time I lost my shoe. You laugh and say there's so much left to do. The world outside can shout and race, but here we find a softer place. Our little latte conversations hold the map of small decisions. You fold your hands and ask me where to go. I point to where the quiet rivers flow. Leave the rush, we'll keep a seat under lights where weekdays meet. No need for answers, only time to taste the sugar, taste the rhyme. Late night latte conversations, less about the why, more about the patience. We'll sip the hours till the morning shows and find the place where our slow love grows.
Jacket on the back of my old chair. Old postcards waiting in the drawer somewhere. The neighbor's radio plays a late show song. I hum along, though I don't know all the words. Under porch light I read your face, every familiar line, a quiet grace. We talk in paragraphs of morning plans, like ordinary poets with trembling hands. You fold a napkin, smooth the corner twice. Say something small that feels like rolling dice. We count the slow hours, measure slow the night. Two gentle satellites avoiding flight. There's a map of us on every coffee stain, a list of reasons I would stay or change. We're learning how to build a life from small things, from whispered jokes and all the tiny rings. Under porch light I read your face, every familiar line, a quiet grace. We talk in paragraphs of morning plans, like ordinary poets with trembling hands. If the world outside decides to spin too fast, we'll be the slow ones making moments last. I'll keep your laugh like a tucked in note, a bookmark for the days we'll quote. Under porch light I read your face, every familiar line, a quiet grace. We talk in paragraphs of morning plans, like ordinary poets with trembling hands.
wash the cups with slow, deliberate hands. Line them up like promises in simple bands. Light hovers in the doorway, pours across the floor. You say the week felt heavy, I say stay a little more. Spoons clink like metronomes in Sunday light. The kettle sings, the world feels right. We talk of nothing, everything at once. Share a laugh, forget to run. Your coat on the peg, your shoes by the door. Last night's song still stuttering from the floor. I fold a towel and fold away the doubt. You reach for my hand, the sun comes pouring out. There's a small ceremony to make in time, a ritual of coffee, a rhythm of our lines. I learn the shape of you and how you say my name. Soft as a bookmark, steady as a flame. Spoons clink like metronomes in Sunday light. The kettle sings, the world feels right. We talk of nothing, everything at once. Share a laugh, forget to run. Metronomes in Sunday light, the kettle sings, the world feels right. We talk of nothing, everything at once. Share a laugh, forget to run. Hold this slow hour like a borrowed song. Keep it close when the days grow long. You left a note above the sugar, handwriting a little small. I read the curve of every letter like a photograph on the wall. Steam on the window paints the city in a softer frame. I fold the morning into pockets where I whisper your name. Vintage mornings on the window, coffee cooling on the sill. I keep your laugh between my fingers, warm against the chill. Every small thing is emotion, a film that plays in time. Vintage mornings on the window, and I'm learning to be fine. Chairs scrape like memory when the hour turns the page. We left like afterthoughts scattered on a quiet stage. The barista hums a melody that somehow sounds like you. I fold it into ballast so I don't drift from view. There are quiet evolutions in the way I breathe alone, soft confessions in the light that used to be our home. Vintage mornings on the window, coffee cooling on the sill. I keep your laugh between my fingers, goodbye is gentle like the creak of wooden floors. Then teach me how to wander through the open cafe doors. I'll trade the ache for coffee, trade the hush for city sound, and find the pieces of myself where our echoes used to drown. Vintage morning, slow and steady, sunlight threading through the rain. I keep sipping, keep remembering, feeling less of the pain. Footsteps passing slow. I hold this cup like something fragile, still unsure where I should go. Words are quiet in the doorway, heavy like a gentle rain. I map the lines upon my palm, count the circles, count the pain. But there's a quiet pulse beneath the way I breathe tonight. A little light that urges me to step beyond the night. I keep the quiet pulse alive, heartbeat in your memory. Sipping slow, I find the lines where I belong to me. No fireworks, no sudden truth, just steady, soft and clear. Quiet pulse and coffee breath, I'll let the morning near. You left in winter's whisper, pockets full of other plans. I learned to make a witness out of small and careful hands. A melody can rescue when the day is thin and slow. I hum it to the steam and watch the little circles grow. I keep the quiet pulse alive, heartbeat in your memory. Sipping slow, I find the lines where I belong to me. No fireworks, no sudden truth, just steady, soft and clear. Quiet pulse and coffee breath, I'll let the morning near. Here's to quiet evolution, spun from breath and daily light. I'll trade the flash for something that will hold me through the night. A steady hand, a simple song, a slow and certain cure. I'll keep the quiet pulse alive and find the thing that's pure. I keep the quiet pulse alive, heartbeat in your memory. Sipping slow, I find the lines where I belong to me. Quiet pulse and coffee breath as daylight fills the room.
wait to watch the world parade. People like ribbons in a town that never stayed. You bring your coat and settle like you know my name. I hide my rough edges where the steam reads like a flame. We trade small fortunes in a language slow and light, counting all the comets that we almost caught last night. Window seats and waiting, I'll sit with you. Find the music in the hush, the morning's gentle hue. Every glance a sentence that we never say aloud, but speaks 1,000 softer notes beneath the crowd. You fold your words into a careful kind of love, like paper boats that courageously float above. We share a toast to moments no one will review, but leave the stamp of presence on the quiet we accrue. If time persuades us to take the harder road, we'll pack our coffee maps and take it slow. Window seats and waiting, here's our truth, in the small exchange of seasons and of youth. Hold my elbow as the world unwinds outside. We'll trace the lines of where our different tides collide. No grand gestures, just a steady, loyal tune. We'll learn the map that leads from afternoon to moon. I'll keep your shadow warm against the pain, while you count the reasons we stay the same. Window seats and waiting, never leave. Turn the pages gently, let the morning grieve for the empty hours that taught us how to be. Two quiet hearts in a crowded melody. You call my name across the dim-lit room, a half-lit sign, a record skipping to the tune. We trade the day for seconds stitched in time, sip the midnight bitter and pretend we're fine. There's solace in the clatter of the closing chairs, a kind of peace that whispers we are somewhere. Late orders in lullabies, hold my hand. We'll make a quiet kingdom out of one small plan. Breathe me in, I'll breathe you out, slow in the hush where only the low lights glow. Your jacket on the back of a creaky chair, I trace the path of how we come and get nowhere. But in the nowhere there's a comfortable shape, two stories folded in the corners of the cafe.
morning comes and nugs are cold in bed. We'll gather all the favors of the midnight air. Promise me the small things that you'll stay, like a bookmark caught between the pages of our day. Late orders and lullabies, stay close. Teach the restless how to soften and to slow. We'll trade our futures for a little more tonight. Find our rhythms in the amber cafe light. Cups and a map of faded streets. We drift like leaves where the old storefronts meet. Your laugh folds into the corners of my day. A quiet kind of compass showing me the way. Paper cups and quiet streets, we wander slow. Find the small delights only we seem to know. Hold my hand through alleys of everyday light. Guide me home by the glow of your smile tonight. You point to murals with a careful touch of time. I watch the way you make the crooked lines align. We talk of all the little plans we've left unsaid, marking out a future with the crumbs of bread. And if the rain decides to kiss the pavement cold, we'll shelter in a doorway where stories are told. Paper cups and quiet streets, we wander slow. Find the small delights only we seem to know. Hold my hand through alleys of everyday light. Guide me home by the glow of your smile tonight. We count the steps between the corner and the sea. Trace the names of things that make us silently complete. No loud declarations, just the steady, soft routine of coffee, conversation, and the space between. Paper cups and quiet streets keep us close in the hush of passing hours where affection grows. Walk me through the places where my heart feels true. Every little ordinary
towards the window with the day's first light. I stir the cup and watch the morning write your name in the corner of my mind. Like a small repeat I can't unwind. There's a hush that settles on this old chair. I fold the silence into something near a half smile, a memory that lingers on my skin. And the morning holds us soft and slow, like a page where I don't have to know if the world will bend or if we'll stay in this coffee house of yesterday. Warm hands, warm words, the quiet glow. And I'm learning how to let you go. You trace the rim where my reflection stays, left your jacket folded in a careless phrase. I played the songs you used to hum, now every chord comes back undone. And the morning holds us soft and slow, like a page where I don't have to know if the world will bend or if we'll stay in this coffee house of yesterday. Warm hands, warm words, the quiet glow. And I'm learning how to let you go. Maybe time will steam away the ache, maybe cups refill the things we break. But for now I sit and count the light, hold the hush that follows our last night. And the morning holds us soft and slow. I trace the places I used to know. If the world decides to move along, I'll sing the parts where we belong. Warm hands, warm words, fading slow. In the coffee house where I let you go. We wrote our names in the margin of a day, folded up the corners of the plans we made. A list of tiny miracles on concert napkins, coffee stains like constellations, and quick decisions. You said let's not rush to answers we don't need. We learn to read the pause between each breath we breathe. A map of morning names, a route through quiet rooms, a secret language scribbled under afternoon noons. So we name the mornings one by one, little constellations of the things we've done. There's a rhythm to the way you say my name, and I'd follow that soft echo through any rain. I keep your sweater in the coat I wear to town. It smells like pages of a book we haven't found. We trade our small confessions like currency. You pay with gentle jokes, I pay with company. If the city pulls us like tide to distant shores, these tiny maps will lead me back through doors. I'll follow the crumbs of mornings that we made, a trail of quiet moments that will not fade. So we name the mornings one by There's a rhythm to the way you say my name, and I'd follow that soft echo through any rain. Two chairs, one corner by the window seat. You fold your hands around the cup's heat. The rain writes letters on the glass outside. We read between the drops, nowhere to hide. You hum a tune that I can't place in time. It's half a lullaby, half a quiet rhyme. I tuck my thumb beneath your sleeve, counting promises we haven't learned to keep. Hold my quiet cup for two. Share the warmth, I'll share the view. If the world keeps spinning its loud designs, we'll sip the steady, steady lines. You trace the rim like maps that tell where we've been. I tell you stories stitched in smaller skin. We trade the big plans for subtle truth. Find the meaning, the morning's proof. No fireworks, no grand displays, just steady light that fills the days. If love is small, then let it be a tender corner where we're free. I'll lean my shoulder close to you. When the storms demand their noisy dues, we'll keep the calm and sip the truth. I poured you coffee in the dark, watched the steam write names I couldn't say. The kitchen light knows all my marks, where secrets boil and slowly fray. Tell me why the quiet keeps us here, why midnight holds a trembling fear. I'll pour another cup,
Pretend I'm brave, stirring memories, no sugar sage. Your sweater hangs like a question still on the chair where morning used to land. I trace the sleeve, I trace the will to keep you close with shaking hands. Tell me why the quiet keeps us here, why midnight holds a trembling fear. I pour another cup, pretend I'm brave, stirring memories, no sugar saves. If I could steam your name back into day, I'd chase the shadows gently away. But honesty tastes thin and plain when hunger calls for what remains. Tell me why the quiet keeps us here. I fold the night into my ear, I pour the last, I watch it fade. Coffee cold and unafraid. There's a half-empty napkin on our table now, a phone face down, a question without how. You said we'd figure out the simple things, but the little gaps are where the silence clings. And we meet at the halfway table, where the coffee's warm but our plans are fable. You say you're fine, I nod and try to smile. We keep the distance like a practice style. I watch you stir as if you could rearrange the lines between us with a quiet change. Our laughter folds into a softer sound, like the echo of footprints on the ground. I wanna say the things that keep me up, but words feel heavy in my trembling cup. So we sit at the halfway table, talking around what's fragile and unstable. You say you're sorry in the smallest voice, and I forgive because we have no choice. Maybe some mornings we'll wake and find the edges mended, the threads aligned. But maybe tonight we'll drink it slow, count the cracks and watch the candle glow. At the halfway table we learn to stay, to hold the night and not turn away. You say you'll try and I will too. We trade our promises for something true. Ooh.
cup cools by the window. Morning spills like thought. Sun draws circles on the table where the two of us had talked. I traced the rim in silence, learned the shape of what you left. Small reminders in the steam, little echoes of your breath. I keep the light on low, pretend the room's not empty. Hold on to words you left, fold them slowly, gently. And I sip the morning, taste the times we used to know. Soft and slow, the city wakes, but I've nowhere to go. If memories are bitter, then I'll sweeten them with song. Morning steam and soft light, I stay here for a while long. Barista laughs in rhythm, orders calling out like names. I wander past the counter, through the ache and through the haze. Your jacket on the chair still smells like rain and conversation. I fold it up in memory, place it on the distant shelf, and I sip the morning, taste the times we used to know. Soft and slow, the city wakes, but I've nowhere to go. If memories are bitter, then I'll sweeten them with song. Morning steam and soft light, I stay here for a while long. If leaving is a lesson, let the lesson come in ease. I'll learn to laugh without you, learn to walk without the keys. There's comfort in the small things, the small rituals I keep. A cup, a chair, a morning where my heart can breathe and sleep. And I sip the morning, taste the times we used to know. Soft